In a global enterprise, monitoring assets worldwide is a massive undertaking. The complex nature of asset management creates unique challenges, from the factory floor to an entire product lifecycle. For a company providing wastewater treatment, getting control of their asset information was a critical component in transforming legacy systems and practices into a leaner, modern, more efficient enterprise. By connecting their equipment in the field to Thingworx, hundreds of units at customer sites worldwide can be monitored simultaneously. With data gathering and analysis capabilities, optimizing equipment performance and providing insights to customers transforms customer relationships from transactional to collaborative. In a wastewater treatment operation, diaphragm compressors are often used to convert low-pressure gas or liquid to high pressure through a flexible membrane. Typically used in situations where complete hermetic separation is required, the compressors often handle toxic, flammable, or explosive gases. In our case, this compressor injects oxygen into sedimentation tanks to accelerate microbial sanitation processes. But when a compressor goes offline, it's critical to diagnose and service it as quickly as possible to avoid costly repercussions and keep the plant running at full capacity. With service operations becoming a new profit center for today's global manufacturers, providing tools to efficiently and effectively perform field service is imperative. Through the Thingworx role-based dashboard, monitoring a fleet of assets deployed at customer sites worldwide provides the real-time data remote technicians need to stay ahead of equipment outages. With this general view of assets, information like model and serial number, location, performance and sensor data, maintenance logs, and predictive analytics, service techs can avoid future failures. Through the dashboard of all the plant's diaphragms, we can select Diaphragm 1 and see its performance, status, and historical data over the time it's been deployed. Although this asset is showing its status as good, Thingworx is predicting abnormal activity. For more context, we can view Connected Info, where we can see the readings from the compressor. There are no active alerts for this machine, but there is a predicted alert for a pressure leak, which has been flagged. By constantly analyzing asset condition data and historical data from similar compressors, Thingworx creates prediction models for the most critical problems. To understand and proactively diagnose the potential issue, we can easily review historical data for pressure, flow, speed, and power on this unit. Looking at the low pressure and flow rate, we can investigate the predicted failure and determine that this compressor is trending toward a diaphragm rupture. We've decided the best course of action is to deploy a field technician to replace the physical part. Thingworx lets us easily create a service ticket to dispatch a technician with the exact information needed to resolve the problem. With Thingworx's connectivity, real-time data is brought to the forefront of service operations. On a macro level, the same real-time data acquisition and machine learning can be applied to an entire enterprise. For a plant manager, monitoring a fleet of different assets from different vendors can be complicated and overwhelming. With compressors, blowers, and pumps from vendors like Howden and Flowserve, managers must ensure all assets are operating independently and as a system. Like the service technician, a plant manager can easily see all individual assets with performance and alert statuses. But a plant manager needs to know more than just the status of individual assets. They need to know the status of the entire wastewater treatment process. To monitor the entire enterprise's performance, Thingworx provides an operational overview of the plant, from the intake of raw wastewater via the influent pipes to the sedimentation and aeration processes, through the 3 clarification tanks at the top to the eventual discharge of treated water. Machine performance data and sensor data tracking can trigger alerts and notifications through the sanitation process. In our dashboard, we see the status of Diaphragm 1 has changed from green to yellow. To understand the issue better, we can select the alert link on Diaphragm 1 to view alert details and the compressor's alert history. We can view Diaphragm 1's details to examine the change in the recorded pressure. The alert details reveal low pressure from this compressor, which indicates we have a rupture in the diaphragm. In addition to seeing implications on an asset level, we can also see how the rupture is affecting the entire process. From the process view, we see that both Diaphragm 1 and the sedimentation tank need our attention. We've already seen that there is low pressure in the compressor, but we need to understand the issue in the sedimentation tank. Selecting the sedimentation tank shows the dissolved oxygen level is decreasing because the compressor is operating below spec. This impacts the efficacy of the tank's biological components, slowing the sanitation process and ultimately impacting our ability to achieve KPIs at the plant. To ensure the rest of the compressors feeding the sedimentation tank can sustain the added load, we can check their status as well. We even have the option to use Thingworx Flow to automate load balancing across the available compressors, freeing up time to fix the broken compressor without compromising the rest of the treatment process. But when an on-site service call is needed, ensuring service techs have accurate information is imperative to the success of fixing a failing asset. With augmented reality, service techs have the in-depth knowledge and dynamic asset information they need to quickly understand, diagnose, and service an asset, all from a mobile device. To fix the diaphragm compressor, we can prepare by reviewing related training, safety instructions, and simulations while simultaneously working. And with the ability to explode components, we can see inside for part names and IDs to ensure replacement parts are ordered accurately. Once the tech understands how the compressor works, they can walk through AR 3D digital instructions overlaid on the real-world compressor to fix the asset. Augmented reality brings service techs the knowledge and training they need to improve first-time fix rates, reduce downtime, and decrease overall service costs. Thingworx provides the tools enterprises need to transform and compete in a globalized world. Regardless of role, the intuitive machine learning and real-time IoT data tracking allows enterprises to cut waste, time, and costs to provide better services and products. The digital and physical transformation is here, from the floor of a wastewater treatment plant to the cities it services.